What EDC items do I carry in my pockets? Hello, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in and checking the channel out. And today you'll find me back in the garage where I do kit reviews and all sorts of stuff. And I was just packing a bag for a trip. We're going off for the night. You don't need to know all the details, but
tell us what we want to know.
Yeah, packing a bag. Using this new bag from, is it Storium? I don't know, it's Highlander it is, but it's their Storium range. A really good bag, really good 25 litre bag, but future reviews on that. So yeah, made me think, EDC wise, you know, what do I carry in my pockets? I've seen quite a few videos, people say they're carrying all this gear in their pockets, and I thought, bloody hell, you're walking around with all that tack in your pockets. It's not something I do myself, but this is a pocket dump video. I think that's what you call it.
Just get on with it!
So it should be short and sweet, just like me. So yeah, I thought, let's go for it. Let's just do a pocket dump. And it seems like I'm in my civvies, and I don't know if you can quite see. Yeah, just running the mill, day to day. You know, when you're out and about, clothes, when you're going out into the cities and that. So yeah, pocket dump. I'm waffling a bit. Now before everybody starts, this is UK based, right? Not in America or somewhere else where they've got more lackadaisical, I think that's a word, laws. So you won't find, you know, a 9-inch Bowie knife or, you know, some sort of sidearm, you know, on my EDC. It's realistic EDC items, right? Pocket dumps, stuff you find in your pockets, innit? You know, I don't know what else can you say about it. Now, I've done a video on an EDC kit before. This is my EDC kit, right? Check it out there, I think it is. But that goes in a vehicle, right, mainly. Or I'm going somewhere, I'm allowed to carry that sort of stuff. So obviously if I'm going abroad, I won't be able to carry it. That can go in the bag as well. So vehicle or bag, right? But today's video is about pocket dump. So, what do you carry in your pockets? What do I carry in my pockets? So, first pocket, and this goes, you know, if I'm wearing jeans, shorts, as of today, could be wearing some sort of trousers, you know, loads of different pockets. I don't go out dressed in military gear, especially, you know, when you're out in the public, isn't it? Yes, I'm in the shop, I'll wear military clothing because most of the time I just take it off the shelves. But yeah, if I'm out and about to the family, I'm not going to wear that sort of stuff. So yeah, normal clothes, right? Let's get that out there.
Why can't you people wearing normal clothes?
Yeah, first pocket, wallet. Just a bog standard leather wallet. And always have a wallet. I'm not one of these people who just carry this little tiny, you know, metal card holder, whatever. I use cash, right? I use cash as much as I possibly can.
Cash money.
In the wallet, cash. I'm not going to show you how much is in there, right? But it's enough to buy a few things if I see what I like. And that's it for the main compartment of the wallet, right? But obviously some sort of ID. So this one is a veterans card. That's in the wallet. Bank cards on that side. It's all very exciting stuff, I know, but some people like this sort of stuff. But behind those cards, right? This is a survival tool, they call it. As a, you know, I don't know how long I could survive on with a tool like this, but it's quite handy, this one, because it's got a few tools. Not that I'm going to use these tools very often, but the bottle opener I've used. That's pretty handy. I've taken the string off. It comes with the standard one. I've swapped it for bank line. I've also sharpened up the edges a little bit, only a little bit, so it will cut a bit of string or something, you know, with a bit of effort. But it's not that sharp. You know, you're not going to cut your fingers on it, and it's not going to cut the wallet. Apart from that, I probably wouldn't use many of the other tools on it, but they are there just in case, aren't they? You know, like anything to do with prepping, it's there just in case, isn't it? So that's in the wallet, in one compartment. And the other side of the wallet, behind the ID, just get it out, is something I've had now for years and years, right? Ever since I used to do a lot of hill walking, I always carried one of these. So this is probably about, it's got to be 30 years old. So it's the Victorinox Swiss card. I think that's what it's called, isn't it? So again, a few different tools. I probably haven't used half of them, right? Slide it open. Scissors, I've used that. Cut your toenails, cut a few bits and bobs. It's not something you use all the time, but it's there as, again, just in case, isn't it? There's a pen. Ink's probably run out by now, but I have used it. Should we try it out? Notepad. Oh, there you are. Yeah. Pen still works. So I've got a few of these. So that goes in here. Stay with it now, stay with it. I know it's not very exciting. Tweezers. Good for getting splinters out. Toothpick. Never used that. I don't know why it's in here, but it's in there, isn't it? Never know, one of these days I might need a toothpick, and I know I got one in my wallet. File. Again, I don't think I've ever used it. You know, what are you going to file with that other than your fingernails, isn't it? But it's there. Perhaps they could do with a better design these days and put some, you know, more useful tools in it. Little knife. Now you've got to be careful, obviously, when I go abroad. I make sure I take this stuff out of my wallet, because you don't want to be caught trying to get on the plane with one of these, even though what you're going to do with that, I don't know. But it's not bad edge on it, but that's in there. And so if you ever need a knife to cut a bit of cordage or whatever it is, it's in there. So there's the Swiss card. That goes in the wallet behind the ID, right? That's it. That's the wallet, right? Not too much, not too heavy, except for the cash. But you don't want to be, like I say, carting around bloody shitloads of stuff, do you? You know? Now, along with the wallet, in that pocket, is my phone, right? It's not a huge phone. You know, I'm not one of these guys who got to get the latest phone. I think it's the iPhone 7, something like that. So it's small, compact. I can see it's pretty thin, isn't it? That goes in the pocket next to the wallet. I want to talk about the phone. Another thing to consider carrying on your person is some sort of battery bank. Right, this is real small, tidy. This will do 2 charges for the phone, or just over 2 charges. It's Nyko NBA. It's a 5,000 milliamp battery bank, really good. Check that video out about it. So yeah, that can go in my pockets as well, but this is so small, compact. I have to use this on the move, you know, stuck in my pocket, and charge my phone on the move. So yeah, really good thing to consider putting in your kit. That's the one pocket. Now the other pocket is where I keep my change. And I keep it in one of these, right? It's called a sap, right? It's a change purse. I got like a little S-bean on there as well. Pull the zip, and all the changes in there, right? All the coinage. Again, it's a little leather pouch, so you can put this on your belt. I just like to have it in my pocket because, you know, I don't want it to fall off the belt. You might think, oh, why have you got some sort of leather purse for your change? Well, it doubles up as a bit of a self-defense weapon. Yes, believe it or not. Right, I don't know if you know about a sap. But once you take that off, you've got some sort of weight, you know, especially if it's full of coins, isn't it? To hit someone across the face. Yeah, well, not that I'm telling you to do that, but that's what it's for. I think they were originally used by coppers, policemen in like Chicago and that years ago, or Boston, something like that, and they used to fill them full of lead. But obviously this one's full of change. But I always make sure there's plenty in there to give it a bit of weight. Not that I've ever actually had to do that, but going abroad to like Paris and places like that, and you think some dodgy characters on here, yeah, this was in my pocket. That, my truck keys. I never have huge amounts of keys on me. You know, I've got work keys, door keys. To be honest, if I'm going off somewhere, obviously work keys stay at home, and the house keys usually stay in the truck, right? So what's the point of carting around everywhere? You might lose them, then you're knackered. So truck keys, change in that pocket, wallet in that pocket. If I do go city travelling, I do have a bag full of stuff, and that's on that video if you want to check that out. But there's a couple of other additions to that, what I will carry in my pockets as well. So if I am going to a real large city, you know, if I go into the shops, local shops or local towns, I don't bother. But if I go into a big city and somewhere I've never been before, I do carry in my back pocket another little wallet, all right? It's just a small wallet, another form of ID, This one being driver license. So obviously I take this out of the wallet and put it in this one. A little bit more cash in it. Another bank card. So in my main wallet I have a bank card and a former ID and some cash. And then in this wallet goes my back pocket. Again, bit of cash, bank card and some ID. Right? So if I lose one, I got the other. So it's redundancy in it. Now before I show my last item I got, I can hear people saying, oh, what about this? What about this? I carry that. I carry this. Yeah, I do carry a little bit extra. Again, it depends on where I'm going, right? Again, if I'm going to the local shops, local town, I'm not going to carry everything, all right? Preparing for the end of the world just for going to the shops, visit to the shops. But I do carry a few other essential items as and when they're needed, right? So I've got a pocket organizer. If I'm wearing trousers or shorts which has got side pocket, map pocket, I'll stick it in there. If I got room in the other pockets, I'll stick it in there. But mostly this will go in like in the back pocket, or if I haven't got room in my pockets, I don't want to look like a total twat.
I'm afraid it's too late for that.
You know, with massive pockets sticking out everywhere, I can stick it in my bag. So a little pocket organizer. What's in it? You know, shut up waffling. What's in it? Well, in this one, there's, just get it out. Behave yourselves. There's a lighter, right? With a bit of tape on it. I put a tape on it to stop it being depressed.
I am not depressed.
That's not depressed. You mean like the button being pushed, right? So lighter with some tape. So it's form of combustion, isn't it? Right? I've already got cordage. Now I've got combustion. So that goes in there, just like so. You can see it's pretty small, yeah, pretty compact. Go in your back pocket, side pocket. Multi-tool, right? Now I'm not talking Leatherman. I'm not talking some of the bigger multi-tools. If I'm going out and about in the hills, I'll have a multi-tool in this one. I use the Next Torch multi-tool. But you've got to bear in mind UK knife laws, right? So you can't carry anything too extreme. And why would you anyway? What sort of situation are you going to find yourself in that you're going to need some sort of massive bloody multi-tool, isn't it? So just a small one.
That's what she said.
This is True Utility 7, I think it's called. I do sell these in the shop, but I think they're out of stock at the moment. So yeah, just a few tools in it. Pliers, little carabiner, doubles up as a bit of a bottle opener as well. And the pliers has got a wire cutter. Not that you're ever going to need wire cutters in it. Right. Screwdriver on that end. And again, little bottle opener. It's got a knife which doesn't lock. Right. So it's UK legal carry. And a little tiny saw. I know you're going to say, what the hell are you going to cut to that? But, you know, it's not very often you'll find a multi-tool without a saw. Right. Small and dainty, I know, but
That's what she said.
a little knife, a screwdriver, a little saw, a pair of pliers, you know, a bottle opener. That's all you need, isn't it? Stay with it now. I'm nearly at the end. So that goes in my little utility pouch or pocket organizer. But on this side, next to the lighter, I've got another two items. First one being is a torch. Little True Utility micro torch. There we are, little micro torch. Right. Again, like I said, it's not something I take everywhere. But if I'm going off for a couple of days or to a big town or city where, you know, something could more likely happen, this comes with me, right? So that's in here. And the last thing on this side, next to the torch, is this little thingamajig here, right? I don't know what you call them. I call them a little keepsake. Again, it's from True Utility. Some good little stuff from that firm, whatever it is, company. So unscrew that. Got some more cash, right? I think there's 30 quid in there.
That motherfucker rolling in cash.
So, again, it's a backup, isn't it? You lose your wallet, have your wallet stolen, pickpocketed, you lose your backup, you've got another little redundancy there, you know, another 30 quid to get you out of trouble. Now I hear some of you saying, oh, why don't you just put them on your keys, on the key ring, you know, this will fit on a key ring. The little stash and the torch will fit in the keyring. I just don't like having a massive bunch of keys in my pocket, right? They rattle about, they wear the inside of your pockets out, and it's just uncomfortable, isn't it, to wear, I think. I much prefer a little tiny pocket organizer. I can just, you know, add to my kit and equipment as and when needed. Stick it in my back pocket, side pocket. You hardly know it's there, and then I'm not weighed down with too much stuff, right? That's it. That's all I take. Wallet with a few little bits and bobs in it. My sap. Gonna have some of that. Oh, right. I have a little carabiner on that as well before, so I can, if I wanted, take stuff off, put it on the carabiner, and carry that way. If needs be, secondary wallet, cards and a bit of cash, and depending on where I'm going, my pocket organizer. Right, in there again, lighter, torch, stash, and multi-tool. And that's it, that's my pocket dump. Right, now stay tuned for future videos where I'm going to take this Storeroom, I think it's Storeroom bag out. Yeah, like I said, really good bag. This will be going with me now on a few trips to the big cities and abroad, so I'll let you know how I get on with that. And if you haven't done so already, please think about liking, subscribing, hit the notification bell, and if you do want to see some more videos, check that one out and that one, and I'll catch you again next time. All the best.